Okay, so people have always asked us, once the horse been put through the groundwork program and we mount the horse, what do I do now? Okay, a lot of people, too many, they think, no, it's baloney to put the horse through groundwork. I want to ride, which means I want to sit on a horse as long as the horse does not, you know, create too many problems and I'm not too scared. And we close the gate in the arena or the indoor arena. And I can sit on the horse, sometimes with a cell phone here, the reins here, and I'm being transported around. That's what a lot of people call riding. Now, and I say, but you have no control of your horse. You can't even lead it in a halter and lead rope. You're scared of the horse. You need a stick, something in your hand, broom handle, whatever, keep the horse away from you. The horse, and you say, oh, he's just spirited, he's happy, which means he's out of control, he's nervous, he's stressed, he's scared, sometimes panicking, and he's prancing around, and people are standing there, with the lead rope in one hand, a very short one, and one hand out there, the stick, and try, chains, bits, which can never, ever replace experience, skill, etc. So we do not discriminate. We'll help anybody. But people who come here and say, yeah, but, I just want to sit on a horse. First, I need to go to my place, and quite often to my trainer's place, and pick that horse up. Why? Well, you just need to fix these issues so I can catch him, at least in the stall, put a halter on him so I can lead him and he doesn't flip over backwards and he does not buck, run away, and he actually stands still so I can get on him. And I just want you to fix those things. Other than that, I can fix the horse. Then I'll take over, or my trainer. But if you claim that you yourself, have decades sometimes of experience and you're a good horse person and you have your private trainer at home, why do I have to go, sometimes even go to the airport, get on a plane, fly to wherever the horse is, bring the horse out of the stall, put him on a bus or a truck, and so that they can, and then bring the horse to me? Makes no sense. But anyway, people who are smart, that are a little bit more intelligent, they understand if I do not have control from the ground, if I do not have a relationship from the ground, imagine a man and a woman decides to compete on a high level, some kind of dance. It doesn't matter if it's ballet or whatever. Those two living bodies on the dance floor in harmony must merge and become one and soft as a wet towel, etc., etc. So anyway, now the horse has been through the groundwork program. So now we mount the horse. So what do I do now? Where do I begin? And one of the, so to speak, complaints when people then come here to Sylvia and I to learn, once they've been through the groundwork program and they master that, which with a person who is motivated, it doesn't take long to learn, to read the horse and be able to work the horse from the ground. So one of the complaints is that, the horse is running sideways like a wet towel with, the reins, slack reins, and really soft and feather light, and they say, yeah, but I can't see what you're doing. Well, you ain't supposed to. So to speak, the end result should be so feather light that when you think, because it's in his nature, the horse's nature, to beat you to the punch. So when you think, the horse beats you to the punch and starts running sideways, right or left. But how do I accomplish that? Well, not with, really, really sharp spurs and just just kick the shit out of the horse and put a really strong bit on him, maybe even a tie down and a with a 10-inch shank, and hold on for dear life and just spur the shit out of the horse and try to get him to run that way. Yeah, we can do that. But will the horse then be happy? Will he be calm? Will he feel secure? Will he be in harmony? Feel safe with a good self-confidence, like a wet towel? Absolutely not. I can, from the ground, I can put a halter on a horse, push him up against the fence, get a piece of wood, and preferably with a piece of plastic in the end, and I can hold him there, and I can just, scare the shit out of that horse to run sideways down the fence. But that's not horse training. That's not horse training. The horse will not be happy, in harmony, etc. So how do we do it? How do we, because after every time you've done something with that horse, it doesn't matter what the hell it is. If it's a split second correction, or it is, let's say, an hour in the arena, or 2, 3, 4 hours up in the mountains, just, so to speak, only trade riding. When you're done, the horse should be better after every time you touch that horse. He should be happier. He should be calmer. Feel more secure. He should be more harmonious. He should feel safer. He should have a better self-confidence. So what Sylvia and I want to produce, what we do produce, one of my heroes when I grew up was Muhammad Ali. And if you remember, Cassius Clay. So imagine Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali in the 60s. His self-confidence, his, really fit body. And he was a great person, not just as a boxer, but also outside the ring. So that's what Sylvia and I want to sit on. That's the kind of horse we want out there in the pasture. We want Muhammad Ali's in the 60s. We want Mike Tyson's on steroids in the 80s. With a really good self-confidence, with a really fit body. I've had people say, my God, your horses, when it rains, the water just stays there because they're so muscled. And people have said, my saddle would never fit that horse. Yeah, but that's what we want. We want a horse that is fit, that is full of energy, nutrition, vitamins, minerals, trace elements, salt, electrolytes, linseed oil, you name it. So, and another thing then, how do we put the foundation then on the horse? First the groundwork, and then we mount the horse. Now, what is the foundation? Well, it's not going at a full gallop right away with a big bit and big spurs and just jerk that horse, try to jerk it to a stop, and spur him in the shoulder to try to get him to turn. That's animal abuse. That's what we do if we're total idiots. We stand here. You can see where I've loped circles. I walked, trot, and loped circles with a horse that is definitely not a, so to speak, a finished horse. That horse has just basically put one front hoof, over the starting line, if we call it that. And as we can see here, this is a round circle. approximately 20 meters in diameter. This one here where I walked and trot is maybe 15, 12 meters in diameter, but it's round. So that is one of the things. If you cannot walk that horse in a perfectly round circle and ride in the same footprints all the time, where there is only one, so to speak, trail, path in the arena, or preferably not in the arena. Basically everything the horse needs to know, you can teach that horse up in the mountains, out there in the fields, in the pasture, even in town. I go to town and supple the horses in the local square. Obviously, I do not lope the horses on pavement. Then I need an arena or soft ground. So if you can't walk, if that horse cannot stand perfectly still with slack reins, and even without a bit, the first ride, if that horse, how is that horse if he's not like a wet towel, totally relaxed? And we never work on the horse's body. We always work on the horse's mind, because if the mind relaxes, the body will relax. If the mind says, I want to leave my friends here and I want to go to Sylvia or Stefan, if his mind goes there, his physical body will follow. Now, and that is one of the foundation things, that you can walk, trot, lope, canter, round circles, and ride in the same footprints. Whether you canter 10, 20 times to the left and then to the right, you should be able to ride those round circles with a horse that is totally relaxed, feeling secure, calm, like a wet towel, and actually cantering, not running like a crazy horse, like a thoroughbred on the racetrack. So that is one of the foundation pieces, is to be able to ride round circles with a slack rein where you can sit. Basically, you're just a passenger. And even without reins, even without a headstall, and that horse stays between those imaginary reins. He should just stay on that circle upright, not trying to cut the circle, not trying to make the circle bigger. He should stay in between the reins. But that also goes for straight lines. So because these are some of the most difficult things you can do with a horse. And when people say, what is the most difficult thing you can teach a horse? And I say, well, aim for that tree over there, across that field, or the arena. And let go of the reins. And see if the horse is straight, but straight like a wet towel. And he doesn't drift left or right. That is also one of the foundation keys. Now, how do I teach then the horse to eventually, where I can sit here and canter the horse and canter sideways with that horse, left or right? And of course, we do not begin there. How do we start? How do we get to the point where you can canter, lope, let's say a 20-meter circle to the right with the horse, with the nose 90 degrees to the right, and the rein is slack, and he's totally relaxed, the nose is down, it's not bent at 90 degrees, and the nose is up there. No, the nose is down, he's totally relaxed, and he's loping a 20-meter circle. And then after you completed a couple of 3 circles, 4 or 5. The horse is on the right lead. His nose is 90 degrees to the right. The rein is slack. And then you change direction. You turn left. So basically now you're loping on the right lead, a circle to the left with the nose 90 degrees to the outside, to the right. Then you let the horse rest, and then we do the same thing but going to the left. Okay? But how do we get there?